All right, shalom, shalom. This is Brother Chakar here with another lesson through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakak, Radash, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of the great millstone from which I learned this truth. Peace and blessings to the house of David doing his work with all righteousness, truth, and sincerity. And I want to say shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom. All right, let me start here in the book of 2nd Esdras. And let's go to the 15th chapter. And let's start off from verse 5. And it reads, it says, Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Listen, this is why. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. You see, and that's the works, of the devil, Esau, man. Esau, then you got 2/3 and the nations. Okay, they're all, engulfed in wickedness, man. Okay, they're immersed, in the ways of the world. Okay, everything's wicked. Okay, everything is upside down. Okay, everything's backwards. That's why the Lord got to bring, these plagues. Okay, ultimately, Jacob's trouble. Okay, and then you're going to have the missiles flying. Okay, that's going to be the ultimate plague that's going to bring forth, that lake of fire. Let me go here to Zechariah. Let me see Zechariah chapter 14 and verse 12. Listen, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. See, and Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. See, and you have these nations. Okay, you have 2/3 of our own people, and especially the devil, man, Esau, the so-called white man. Okay, they fought against Jerusalem. Okay, they come against his truth, man. So that destruction has got to come forth. You see, the Lord's got to destroy so-called America. Okay, there's going to be nothing left here. It's going to be a wasteland. Okay, it's going to be a facility. Okay, a place. Okay, for the desert creatures. Let me start from the top again. It says, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Listen, their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away, see, in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away, see, in their mouth. Okay, what's gonna make that happen? It's gonna be that nuclear wind. Let me grab this. This is Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 1. Listen, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, behold, I will raise up against Babylon, see, and against them that dwell in the midst of them, see, that rise up against me. See, those that have fought against, Jerusalem, those that are fighting against his truth. Listen, a destroying wind. Okay, that's that besom, destruction. Let me grab that. Isaiah chapter 14, and let me see. I'm going to go ahead and start off. I'll start off in verse 21. Listen, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers. Speaking about the Edomites, which are right now in control right here in so-called America, Babylon the Great. Okay, the Edomites. Okay, the iniquity of their fathers because they are their fathers. Okay, coming back. You see still, in that wickedness, man. Okay, pushing forth wickedness throughout the four corners of the earth, especially here in so-called America. Listen, that they do not rise nor possess the land nor fill the face of the world with cities. It says, for I will rise up against them, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai of hosts, and cut off from Babylon, listen, the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. That's speaking about, the man. Why? Because the man carries the seed. Okay, there's going to be no more remaining, out of the house of Esau, man. They're going to be taken out of the earth once they serve, that 1,000 years of brutal captivity. Listen, I will also make it a possession for the bittern. Okay, speaking about so-called America, what's the bittern? Okay, that's an unclean bird, man. You see? And that's going to include all those wild animals, those unclean animals. Okay, once that fire, burns itself out, that's all it's going to be here. Listen, and pools of water, and I will sweep it, listen, with the besom, sea of destruction, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai of hosts, of armies. Okay, that besom of destruction is going to be that nuclear wind. It's going to sweep through, the land, man. Okay, so-called America will be totally destroyed. Okay, America, okay, so-called America will be on fire, okay, from sea to shining sea. Listen, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai of hosts has sworn, saying, surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass. And as I have purposed, so shall it stand. So nothing's going to stop it, man. This place has got to go. Okay, that's why the Lord, okay, he created those weapons of mass destruction. They're his missiles. You see, and he's put it in the hands of these devils, man. Okay, that waster, okay, the missiles were created for destruction. Let me grab that. Let me stay here in Isaiah, and let me go to the 54th chapter and verse 16. Listen, it says, behold, listen, I have created the smith to blow out the coals in the fire. Now your modern day smith, okay, they're the scientists. Okay, those that have split the atoms, okay, those scientists that have been given, okay, knowledge, okay, from the Most High, from the left-hand side, to create, okay, these weapons of mass destruction. Listen, behold, I'll read it again. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, see, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. Okay, and that instrument, that's those missiles. See, and I have created the waster, listen, to destroy. You see, destruction is coming to right here, so-called America, okay, the land of Israel. Okay, the only difference is that that land of Israel is going to be cleansed. Okay, but so-called America, okay, will not be built back up, man. Again, it's going to be a wasteland. You see, so the Lord, he created these weapons for a purpose, man, to bring destruction. Let me stay here in Isaiah. Let me go to the 9th chapter in verse 5. Listen, for every battle of the warrior, see, is with confused noise. Okay, when you had those ancient battles, you would hear the swords. Okay, you would hear the arrows flying. Okay, you would hear the shields. Okay, so on and so forth. I'll read it from the top again. It says, for every battle, see, of the warrior is with confused noise, see, and garments rolled in blood. It says, but this, listen, this shall be the burning. It says, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Okay, so again, speaking about that nuclear, okay, destruction, man. Okay, this war, okay, that's coming is going to be a different war. Again, you had those ancient battles, okay, with arrows flying, okay, swords fighting. Okay, you would have hand-to-hand battle. Okay, but this war is going to be fought with missiles, man. Okay, there's going to be, okay, weapons of mass destruction, okay, that will be used. Let me go to Jeremiah. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 21. Listen, it says, go up against the land of Merathaim. Okay, Merathaim means what? Double rebellion. You see, matter of fact, let's get it. Let's go to the blue letter and we'll get it. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 21. We'll get it. We'll get that word Merathaim. Let me read it. It says, go up against the land of Merathaim, even against it, and against the inhabitants of Pekod. It says, waste and utterly destroy after them, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai, says, and do according to all that I have commanded thee. See, and that's going to be those missiles, man. Okay, those missiles are gonna bring destruction. You see, the Lord is putting, okay, this mindset of war, okay, in these nations, man. It says the heart of the king, which is the mind, is in the Lord's hands. Matter of fact, let me grab that first. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 21 and verse 1. Listen, the king's heart, which is the mind, is in the hand of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai, showing you that the Lord, he's in control, man. It says, as the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So this is the Lord's will. Matter of fact, he says that it's his determination to gather the nation for war. Matter of fact, let's get that. That's what Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 8. It says, listen, therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai. Listen, until the day that I rise up to the prey. It says, for my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms. Listen, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured, see, with the fire of my jealousy. So the Lord, he's bringing these nations together, man, and you're seeing it. Okay, you got nations in uproars, rising up against each other. Especially, you see, okay, all these nations coming up against so-called America. So let me go back to Jeremiah, and I'm going to read that again. It says, go up against the land of Merathaim. Let's get that word for Merathaim. Make sure my volume's up so I can go ahead and play it.
Strong's H 4850. Marah. Marah.
All right. And the definition, listen, double rebellion. You see, another name for Babylon. Okay, which now this is Babylon the Great. Okay, a place of double rebellion. Okay, this place has been rebellious, okay, against the Lord, man. So what's waiting for destruction? Because when you go into the word pekad, let me get that. It's going into destruction. It says, well, let me read it again. It says, go up against the land of Merathaim, even against it. See, and against the inhabitants of Pekad. So let's get that word Pekad. We'll go ahead and play it.
Strong's H 6489. Pekod. Pekod.
Right. The outline of biblical usage says visitation. Listen, a people in the Babylonian army and a tribe in southeastern Babylonia bordering Elam. Well, now it's speaking about, okay, this place for judgment, for punishment. Listen to the Strong's definition. It says Pekad. It says punishment. A symbolic name for Babylon. You see, again, now it's speaking about, okay, Babylon the Great. Okay, the daughter of Babylon. Okay, this place is ripe, okay, for judgment, man. And it's coming. The Lord going to bring that judgment upon so-called America. A great destruction. Let's go ahead and go back. Let me go ahead and go back to, okay, now read it in this app. This is Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 21. It says, go up against the land of Merathaim, again, double rebellion, even against it, and against the inhabitants of Pekad, which is punishment. Okay, this is the place that's ripe for punishment. It says, waste and utterly destroy after them, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai, and do according to all that I have commanded thee. See, so that destruction is going to come, man. See, the Lord is putting that mindset upon these nations to bring war. Listen, a sound of battle is in the land, see, and a great destruction. It says, how was the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How was Babylon become a desolation among the nations? And you can see right now, man, this place is the hammer of the earth. Okay, it's going around policing the whole earth, but it's doing it in wickedness. Okay, they're not hiding it. They're putting it right in front of your face, man. Okay, so-called America is the hammer of the earth. Okay, but it's going to be broken. Okay, it's going to be taken down. Listen, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon. And thou, see, was not aware. Thou art found and also caught. Listen, because thou hast striven against the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So the Lord, he has them in a trick bag. Okay, there's no way out of it. Okay, the Lord is going to take this place down. Listen, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai hath opened his armory. This is the Lord's armory. This is his weapons. And hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation. Okay, the missiles. For this is the work of the Lord power of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. You see, the Lord is using these nations, okay, to bring the war. Okay, but it's the Lord, he's doing it. Listen, come against her from the uttermost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. Again, this place is going to be burning, man. Okay, not 1 inch of America will not be on fire. Listen, it says, slay all her bullocks, let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them, for their day is come, the time of their visitation. It says, the voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, listen, to declare in Zion the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, our power, the vengeance of his temple. See, who's the temple of the Lord? Okay, that begins with the 144,000, man. Okay, they are those lively stones, man. You see? Okay, and there's going to be a great recompense, okay, for what they have done, okay, to the Lord's people, man. Okay, Babylon the Great will be destroyed. So-called America will be destroyed. Okay, and those that make it, okay, in the so-called UFO, okay, in the spaceship, okay, they're going to be delivered, man. You see? You see, and ultimately go back, okay, to the promised land. Listen, call together the archers against Babylon. Okay, these other nations, man. What does the archer do? Okay, he shoots the arrows. Okay, those arrows, okay, represents the missiles. It says, all they that bend the bow camp against it round about. It says, let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she had done. It says, do unto her, for she had been proud against the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai, against the Holy One of Israel. See, the scripture says that they are the most proud. Okay, Lord willing, we'll grab that. But let me go to Isaiah chapter 13, and let's go to verse 5. Isaiah 13, verse 5, and it says, listen, they come from a far country, from the end of the heaven, even the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai, listen, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. Again, these are the Lord's weapons. It says, Hali, for the day of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai, see, is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. You see, because it's going to be a brutal judgment. Okay, the mind of the people is going to be all messed up. Could you imagine when they're seeing, okay, those arrows flying, those missiles flying? Okay, it's going to be a frightful, okay, time, man. Listen, and they shall be afraid, you see. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. It says, they shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one another. Their faces shall be as flames. Yeah, they're going to be burning up, but they're going to be scared, man. Their faces are going to turn pale. Listen, behold, the day of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger. Listen, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. So 2/3, okay, these other nations, and then the Edomites, man. Okay, they're going to be destroyed. You see, in that day, hey, the proud, okay, the pride of their heart, okay, it's deceived them. Man, they're going to go down, man. Okay, the Edomites, the cave dwellers. Okay, but again, it's also going to include the other nations and 2/3 of our own people. Matter of fact, let me go back to Jeremiah 50. Let me grab that when it talks about them being the most proud. Jeremiah chapter 50, and let's go to verse 30. And it says, listen, behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord power of hosts, for the day is come. It says, for thy day is come. This is the time that I will visit thee. See, the place of judgment, man, a punishment. Okay, pekad. It says, and the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him. You see, so nothing's going to be left, man. This place is going to be utterly, okay, burned with fire. All right, let me grab one more. Let me go back to Isaiah 13, then we'll finish off there. Isaiah chapter 13, but let's go to verse 17. It says, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. Okay, who's the modern day Medes? Okay, that's the Russians. It says, we shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Okay, there's going to be no way to buy them off, man. Okay, they're going to come with that mindset of destruction. Okay, that mindset of war, because the Lord has put that, okay, in their minds. It says, their bows shall also dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. It says, their eyes shall not spare children. Okay, so they're just going to let those missiles go, man. Okay, they're not going to have a care, okay, who's going to be destroyed. Because that's what you're going to have, okay, in those mushroom clouds, man. Okay, you're going to have little babies. You're going to have old men, old women, okay, young men, young women. Okay, you're going to have everything in that cloud, man, in that mushroom cloud. Okay, this place is going to be destroyed, man. There's going to be nothing left. Listen, and Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. So how much more this place? Listen, it shall never be inhabited, speaking about so-called America, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there. It says, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. There's going to be nothing here, man. It's going to be desolate. Listen, but the wild beast of the desert shall lie there. You see, there's going to be no people here. Okay, it's going to be a desolate place, okay, for the wild animals. It says again, but the wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, the owls that dwell there. It says, and satyrs shall dance there. It says, and the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in the desolate houses. and the dragons in their pleasant palaces. It says, and her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. You see, so the time is short, man. Hey, this destruction is around the corner. You see, so there's no getting out of it. Okay, so-called America will be destroyed. Okay, Babylon the Great is going down, man. Okay, the daughter of Babylon, okay, will be no more. So with that, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I'm going to close out and give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Quadash, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of the great millstone from which I learned this truth. Peace and blessings to the house of David doing this work with all righteousness, truth, and sincerity. And I want to say shalom to the whole full elect. Shalom.